Welcome to another episode of Steam Deck Before You Buy, looking at Batman Arkham Knight and covering 5 things you need to know so you don't waste your money. Picture this. Your kids are screaming all day. You finally get them to bed. It's Steam Deck time. You turn it on to play that new game you just purchased. Guess what? It doesn't even work. Batman Arkham Knight is unsupported on the Steam Deck. However, don't panic, it's fully playable. Simply hit the start button and it will load right into the game. No need to change the compatibility settings. Batman Arkham Knight is currently $15.99 on the Steam store. You will need 55.9 gigabytes of free space to download and install the game. Batman Arkham Knight on the max graphics settings performs very well. However, if you take a look at the frames per second, it doesn't quite hold a solid 60. The FPS fluctuates between the low to mid 40s to low to mid 50s because the game is graphically intensive. Even with the fluctuating frames per second, the game surprisingly didn't feel jittery or have any stutters. Looking at the battery, which is sitting at 87%, this will get you just under 1 hour and 20 minutes of total gameplay at the max settings. This isn't the best, but as I said, this game is making the Steam Deck work graphically. If we look at the power usage, at the max settings, the Steam Deck is using between 26 right up to 27 watts, which is maxing out the battery on these settings. Looking at the GPU usage, it ranges between the high 80s to mid 90s, with the temperatures going up to the low 80s, which also shows the Steam Deck is being tested at these settings. If the fluctuating frame rate is an issue for you, you can lock this game to 30 frames per second, and the game still plays very well and can be less of a drain on your battery, but only slightly. Whether you're cruising around Gotham in the Batmobile, blowing tanks to pieces with your superior firepower, taking in the cutscenes, grapple shooting from the rooftops, or simply beating up street thugs for fun, the game looks very impressive on the Steam Deck, and it's hard to believe this game is actually playing on a handheld. The combat has always been a fundamental aspect in the Batman Arkham series, and this game is no different. This game's combat feels more fluent and responsive than it's ever felt in the series, and in my opinion it's very enjoyable and addictive. Overall, is Batman Arkham Knight a waste of money? And in my opinion, I would have to say no. The game is fully playable with no need to change the compatibility settings. It's reasonably priced at $15.99. The game is a bit large at 60 gigabytes, so you might want to free up some space. The game plays very well on the max settings and can be played at the 30 frames per second if the fluctuating frame rate bothers you. The game's visuals are very impressive all round, and combat is responsive. During my playtime, I didn't experience any glitches or lagging or any stuttering. If you find this video useful, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it will allow YouTube to share it with others who might be interested in buying it also. If you want to see full gameplay of Batman Arkham Knight on the Steam Deck, I will have a full video out later this week. Additionally, if you want to see more of the Arkham series on the Steam Deck, make sure you check out the video on screen now.